you spoken before President Trump at all?
Are you kidding me? Mr. President Trump, former President Trump, get a life, man. Help these people.
Will you hold him accountable? You said you were going to hold those accountable.
Public will hold them accountable. You better than the press hold them accountable because you know the truth.
Do you plan to speak with former President Trump?
No.
Ooh, is Biden angry? That is an angry, angry Joe. He's not Sleepy Joe. He's not crooked. Well, he is all those things, but now he's angry, angry, hangry. Maybe he's hangry Joe. Boy, he's got some spunk in him, doesn't he? And I'm telling you right now, he's not angry with our boy Trump. He is angry with Kamala, Comrade Kamala, and the divider-in-chief, Obama. You can just feel it. He loves Trump. He is voting for Trump. He's definitely not voting for Kamala. I just hope and pray that that is the October surprise, that is the October explosion, because somebody's got to get that on video. I am willing to stake it all. That man is voting for Trump. But that's not what today's video is about. We've got breaking news, Trump taking aim at CBS News, corrupt broadcasting service, which edited out an entire segment and probably edited out the entire interview. I knew it. I knew you. This is why our independent media organizations like us exist, is for this very same reason, that the lame stream media just gets lamer and lamer, corrupter and corrupter as time goes on and as we near the greatest election of our lives. I also want to just first give a huge Godspeed to all Floridians. We are with you. Our thoughts, our prayers, blessings are all with you. And I hope you guys are doing a lot better. I know you have a lot of work still to do, a lot of rebuilding, and it's still a lot of damages. And so I wish you guys nothing but the best. If you happen to have missed the 60 Minutes interview, Bill Whitaker from 60 Minutes interviewed Comrade Kamala, and a lot of people online were commending 60 Minutes for saying, my God, they did such a good job. They actually asked her the hard questions, even though it was really The View, and I did an entire video on this, that completely busted her whole campaign when she had an opportunity to divest herself from Joe Biden, and she blew it. I mean, blew it badly. If you missed that video, you got to go to my channel and check it out. I'll leave it at the end screen. But everybody was commending Bill Whitaker. So, he gave her tough questions, asked about the border. Why did you let so many people in? Why did you do this? Asked about chaos in Israel, the Middle East, etc., etc. And then came the truth. And I was just holding my breath and saying, it's going to come. The more and more you get duped by the corporate fake mafia media, the fake news, CBS, ABC. We saw it with David Muir. We see it almost every single day with MSNBC. None of this is news, but now I can almost say categorically CBS has interfered with the integrity of our election, and Trump says the same exact thing. I'm going to share a clip in just a second, but let me give you some context here. So, former President Trump took aim at CBS News over ongoing controversy involving 60 Minutes editing. They edited comments made by Kamala for its primetime election special. This then spurned on Trump to go on you could say almost like a consistent tirade, warranted and justified, against the company, CBS, and actually now demands that their license be revoked for what they did.
The other big news is the fraud committed by 60 Minutes and CBS, together with the Democrat Party, working together with them, which will go down as the single biggest scandal in broadcast history, I predict. It's a big story. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Happened. They learned about it yesterday evening. The real answer of Kamala was very crazy or dumb. Nobody knows what, but it was bad. So they actually replaced it. Think of this. They've never done that for me. They actually replaced it with another answer having nothing to do with what she said before. They took another thing that she said and they just lopped it in there. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. 60 Minutes. Nobody's ever seen, and They wanted to make her look as good as possible, make her look better. A big problem in our country is the fake news. We have such fake news. I mean, I've had a recent thing where, as an example, an Obama disciple named Peter Baker, he writes for the failing New York Times, he wrote a piece about me. And just one of the many things he said that was wrong, but he said that I would go around saying that I was honored here years ago as the man of the year or whatever. And I talked about how your car industry, this was long before, many years before I ran for president, maybe 18, 20 years ago. And he made the statement that that never took place, that honor never took place. I was never honored here, which was quite insulting, actually. I didn't remember the specifics of it. It was 18 or 20 years ago. But he said it never took place. Very much like Kamala, she said she worked at McDonald's, and she didn't. And I didn't want to get into that, so what I did is I asked my people, you got to find it. When? It was like 19 years, 17, it was a long time. But I was honored. And guess what? They found it. I was. Right here. Nice looking young guy. No, it was a long time ago. So this was in, let's see, this was an update of the article that they originally printed. It says, Oakland County GOP to honor Donald Trump, former president, to speak at upcoming Lincoln Day fundraising dinner. And it says down here, the county party gave Trump the Man of the Year award at the dinner, too. And he was honored as Man of the Year. So here's your article right here. Oakland Press, Oakland County GOP to honor Trump. And I have a man in the failing, fake New York Times, disgraceful paper. They ought to be ashamed. They make, whatever they say, believe the opposite. Who knows how long they're going to be around. It's killing our country, this kind of stuff. It's killing our country. It's really terrible.
Oh, you could hear laughter and sort of jovial applause while Trump was speaking, but everything he's saying is absolutely severe and grave because he called it way, way back in 2015, before he even ran. We've been seeing evidence of it time and time again. I myself, again, somebody who didn't want to believe it decades ago, have done my own due diligence research, qualitative and quantitative research. I've discovered nothing but bold-faced lie after lie after lie from the fake mafia media. This is a grave injustice because the consequences of this are literally our country is at stake. You are doing such a grave disservice to the American public, creating a brand new disease, maybe much like you did with the other one that came from China, in this new form called TDS, where if you even try to have a conversation with a liberal, maybe even not even a radical, just even a semi-radical or even moderate liberal, they literally lose their mind. Let me know in the comments if you've tried to do this. I've got family members. I can't even talk to them about this. The TDS has seeped so steep and so deep, embedded in their membrane that it's almost impossible to excise. This is definitely 100%. This is election interference, and it's just so tragic, which is why I beg you guys to support these independent grassroots media organizations like myself. Tap the thumbs up and share these out. I want to share with you a clip of what Trump is talking about. He posted this on Truth Social today. By the way, follow me on Professor Naz at Truth Social and X. Those are great platforms. A giant fake news scam by CBS and 60 Minutes. Her real answer was crazy or dumb. So they actually replaced it with another answer in order to save her, at least make her look better. A fake news scam, which is totally illegal. Take away the CBS license. Election interference. She is a moron, and the fake news media want to hide that fact. An unprecedented scandal. The Dems got them to do this and should be forced to concede the election? Question mark. Wow. Watch this. This is really damning stuff right here. So you're going to see the top clip is the actual answer and then the edited version beneath it. Watch this.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
You will never ever see these media organizations which held the first two debates, the first one where Trump absolutely obliterated Biden on CNN, and the second one, which was a complete hoax and advantageous structure, all deigned to make Kamala look good and to make Trump look bad. And I still think Trump wiped the floor with her. You will never see this kind of editing, this kind of fabrication, fixer-upping, this kind of positive reflection in their reporting for Donald Trump, or really any Republican for that matter. And then they wonder why we don't trust them. And then you've got the vegetable in chief actually lecturing people on misinformation. I mean, this is absolute nuts. FCC chairwoman Jessica Rosen-Worchel released a statement denouncing Trump's call to revoke CBS's broadcasting license. Of course, because they're all on the same side. While she says, quote, while repeated attacks against broadcast stations by the former president may now be familiar, these threats against free speech are serious and should not be ignored. This isn't free speech. This is premeditated, pre-rehearsed, pre-architected tampering with the actual truth. These are lies, Chairwoman. She goes on further to say the FCC does not and will not revoke licenses for broadcast stations simply because a political candidate disagrees with them or dislikes content or coverage. But they have zero problem spreading widespread lies and misinformation about Charlottesville, the border bill, January 6th, and God knows how many other things. Sometimes interviews are edited to save time, but when CBS aired the interview on Monday night, Harris had a different response to the same question as you saw in that clip. Well, I, for one, I would love to read your comments on this. I can't wait. Let me know down below. What do you think? I, for one, agree with President Donald Trump that this is absolutely unequivocally election interference. You are denying the real representation of who this individual is, what she's capable of, how she thinks, how she looks at a problem, how she perceptively tries to critically solve a problem, what she has as far as leadership acumen, skills, assets. You are denying the American public transparency. You are supposed to be journalists. Journalists are supposed to share the objective, unvarnished truth. What you are doing is drama, is manufactured theater. And so this is completely a rebuke to everything that reporting, press with integrity, press with objectivity, press with any biases, with an equivocal standpoint, a neutral, objective, separate standpoint consists of. And CBS, you should be ashamed of yourself. We've known about it for years, maybe even decades, maybe even longer than that. But now, which is so awesome, because I truly believe independent media organizations, grassroots like myself and others, and the fact that we have Elon Musk, who purchased Twitter, turned it into X, which I call the freest town center, digital town center, town hall in the entire world, in the entire online ecosystem, which is why I want you to follow me there on X. Thanks to all of that, we are able to share with you what's really, really going on, because you're not going to see any of this on any network, fake mafia media channels out there. But I would love to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the comments down below. As always, sign up for our free, it's absolutely free, our free newsletter in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. It is hard to believe we are only 25, 26 days away from the biggest moment of our lives, folks. This is it. We got to get our country back. I can't wait. I can't wait. If everything goes according to legitimately what should happen, we should be good, but I'm not going to be complacent. I don't want you to be complacent. So please work 10 times harder. I'm going to work 100x harder until we know for sure that everything was done on the up and up, and we have the rightful successor for the next executive office, the highest office in the land. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. If you happen to miss them, subscribe and follow by tapping my face right there. If you're not subscribed, check out the pinned comment for a free newsletter in the show notes and description as well. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.